Good morning, teacher and classmates. Today, we are going to talk about the analysis of curriculum, Educación General Básica Media. The authors of this video are Cava Janet, Hernández Alejandra, Navas Carla, Núñez Anabel, and Yanon Gómez Daira. Need analysis. We found the need analysis in the introduction part. We found because in this part are identification of the target population, that the curriculum is designed for students in Educación General Básica and Bachillerato General Unificado in Ecuador, whose mother tongue is not English. This indicates an awareness of the target population and establish the context for the specific needs of the students. The next part is recognition of the linguistic and cultural diversity. The analysis of acknowledge the cultural and linguistic diversity in Ecuador indicate that the population includes groups with different cultural and linguistic backgrounds. This recognition is essential for understanding the diverse needs of the students. The next part is consideration of the different degrees of bilingualism. It is mentioned that not all the students are native Spanish speakers, L1, and there are a varied level of bilingualism in the communities. This indicates an understanding of the diversity of language skills among the students and highlights the need for an adaptive approach. The next part is focused on cultural authenticity. The curriculum emphasizes the importance of authenticity production and cultural relevant practices. This approach suggests that the curriculum is concerned on making English language teaching meaningful and applicable for the student's context. And the last part is support for general educational goals. It is mentioned that the curriculum supports general education goals of justice, innovation, and solidarity by developing cognitive, social, and creative skills in the context of language. This indicates connection between the English curriculum and the broader education objectives of Ecuador.
The next part that we were analyzing is the goal setting. In this part, we are going to mention that the goal setting refers to the process of defining clear and measurable objectives that an instructional program of learning experience aims to achieve. Goal setting is a powerful tool that empowers the students to take charge of their own learning journey. In the context of English educational in Educación Básica Media, integrates goal-setting strategies that can enhance language proficiency and foster self-motivation and promote a growth attitude among students. This approach aligns with the broader educational goals of promoting autonomy, critical thinking, and lifelong learning skills. We as a group analyze this part of the document and think that for making this, we consider that some key components that the goal setting has. And the first one is the developing of learning strategies. Students are encouraged to use a range of learning strategies to enhance their language learning experience and proficiency. The next one is independence in learning. The curriculum aims to foster students' ability to independently access further language learning and practice opportunities, promoting self-direct learning. The third one is responsible academic behavior. It emphasizes in place on respecting oneself and others in the communication process, instilling habits of honesty and integrity in academic endeavors. Development of critical thinking skills. In this part, learners are supported to becoming a critical and creative thinkers, enhancing cognitive, social, emotional, and physical growth alongside language abilities. The next one, and no less important, is appreciation of linguistic differences. Students are encouraged to appreciate linguistic differences, leading to an enriched perspective of their own language used for communication and learning. As a conclusion, we decided that integrating goal setting into the English curriculum for Educación media in Ecuador not only enhances language proficiency, but also cultivates essential skills such as self-regulation, perseverance, and adaptability. By empowering students to set, achieve goals, educators can contribute the development of well-rounded individuals ready to navigate the global landscapes with confidence. Thank you.
Okay, to continue with this explanation, with this analysis of the Ecuadorian curriculum, we have the part that is about the syllabus. Well, in this part, inside that curriculum, we can see some examples or some ideas about how to prepare our classes. So the syllables are developed in these areas, like general EFL area objectives being assessed. Another one that is how the objectives contribute to the exit profile. On the other column, we can see skill performance descriptors to be evaluated and indicators for the performance criteria. One thing that caught my attention when I was analyzing this part is that we have colors in the syllabus, like the blue color that is about mandatory ideas or mandatory things that we need to develop with our students, while the other is the white one, and those are the desirable things we need to develop inside our classrooms. In this aspect, we can see that the skill and performance descriptor to be evaluated in this part of the syllabus is the mandatory one. So we need to create some ideas, we need to create strategies, we need to be so creative to produce your creative text using ICT and or other sources at home or at school in order to recreate familiar scenes and themes. This is mandatory. Our students have to fulfill this skill. But we need to take into account that the skills are followed by indicators. And in this case, in the second part of the indicators, we have some topics that we need to develop. We need to teach to our students, like family and friends, school, natural work, free time, and hobbies and transport. As a teachers, we don't have to forget that an indicator for the performance criteria must to be a measurable piece of evidence that shows whether a student has met the expected learning outcome of a specific lesson, unit, or course. So everything depends on us, first of all, because as teachers, we need to try to give our students the most important things so they can apply all of this in a communicative environment.
Okay, in this case, we are going to talk about the methodology of the curriculum. The methodology help teachers to give the classes in the classroom. Okay, here we have the approaches and methodologies that teachers have to apply with the students. Communicative language teaching, there is a major focus on developing communicative competences and ability to English communicative in real-life situations. Learner-centered approach, the curriculum emphasize into account the learner's developmental level, needs, interesting, and learning styles. Also focus on the meaning and communication over accuracy. In this stage is early stage. This focus is more on the conveying meaning than grammatical details, in other words, in the vocabulary. Integration of the skills. In this case, teachers have to integrate the four skills: reading, writing, listening, and speaking. Multisensory experiential learning, hands-on activities, visual aids, and concrete experiences are used to aid learning. Content-based instruction. English is integrated with other subjects' content to provide context. Cooperative learning, In this case, the teacher can use paid work, group work, and collaborative projects are used. Process writing. Writing is a process rather than product is emphasized. Language arts, activities like creative writing, drama, arts are used to develop creativity. Critical thinking, learners are guided to think critically, image, and problem solving. Scaffolding, activities are structured to provide appropriate challenge and support. And low anxiety environment, the mistakes are not overcorrected to reduce the anxiety.
Okay, so finally, we have the evaluation. According to analysis of the Ecuadorian curriculum, we have in the evaluation, first it's important to know the curriculum truth. In the English area, for example, we have 5. The first is the communication and cultural awareness, oral communication, reading, writing, language through the arts. Each of them has a different performance of criteria. For evaluation, it's important to for example, first review what is the evaluation of criteria. The evaluation of criteria, it is guidelines for assessing a student's work. It means, for example, in the in the evaluation of the summative evaluations, we have to evaluate, for example, according to the indicators. And for example, in the formative evaluation, we have to evaluate according to the performance of the criteria. Obviously, 2 kinds of evaluation measure the student's knowledge. Thank you.